Man, what's the deal? No time to chill. It's about to get real on Keep It Real Thursdays. Peep. Hey, look, check this out, man. This is a different type of video. I think I say that a lot. Like, this is a different type of video, but it is, though, like, the way I. Okay, so, I got. Listen. So, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask, are your goals benefiting others? And here's the deal. Like I've been thinking, I've been doing some research, and I realized something, man. Like, and you know what? Let me just go back real quick. So, a lot of my videos are not tied to money, like how to gain this, how to gain that. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been realizing that a lot of that stuff is easy. Like, I was talking to a guy that owned a restaurant. I'm talking about he the owner. He driving the new Escalade. I think my man told me he probably put down like 1,000 or 1,200, something very minimum. And he basically said like, hey man, you just gotta work. And obviously in certain fields, you're gonna make a lot of money. And I'm basically saying that to say money is like the last thing that you really have to be worried about. If I'm being 100 with you, like I don't even. I'm talking about. I'm actually being kind of careful as it relates to like my goals because I realize like yo, like there has been some incredible things that I've done in my life that I'm like yo, I'm impressed by that to the point where I need I don't need certain goals because they like certain goals bore me. If I can just take you back down memory lane, and I remember I was in high school, man, and this is back when the iPod Touches first came out. And man, I remember, man, my mom bought me this. Well, actually, it was my money. It was my money that I bought this iPod. What I'm talking about, I think this was all the money that I had for Christmas. You got to think, I saved this money. Like I didn't just spend it all. So an opportunity came where I had the opportunity to buy an iPod Touch, and I spent like 200 on that mug. I'm talking about. You got to think this back in like 2010, when like Androids, iPhone wasn't really like a thing, but the iPod was basically like a phone. It just didn't really have. You couldn't call people, but they had apps on it. So I'm talking about this like the first generation of technology. And you got to think I had my hands on one. And I just remember I was waking up and looking at that thing. And I remember, man, I'm talking about, I would just wake up and just look at it like, wow. I was just so like impressed, right? Took it everywhere. I'm talking about, I remember one time my pops told me, yeah, you can't take this on this retreat. I took it anyways. And can I tell you something? I remember I'm talking about, watch this too. I can't even remember, but I think my dad actually took me to Walmart to get a charger for it. I'm talking about something. I'm not sure if it came with a charger. The iPhone, it just comes with a cord, and so I actually had to buy an adapter. And I remember I was in class one day, man, and I left the iPod on a charger in the classroom. And I remember going to class and thinking like, yo, I forgot it. And they wouldn't let me. I got up, went back out. I was even late for class. Like I think I got in trouble or something. But I was sick because I left my iPod in that room. And you know what's crazy? The iPod got stole from me before the next class even started. So I'm worrying, going, man, I gotta get my iPod back. I gotta get my iPod back. And I was sick when that month was gone. I'm saying all that to say, materialistic goals, man, they go right out the window. Like I got so comfortable with that iPod that I left it. I got careless with it. And so down through the years, I've been doing my research, man, and I realized like, and I'm only putting this out into the air because like I've been realizing that certain things that I put out into the air, like I almost manifested. And so one of my goals are to learn Spanish, and it's like I already know some Spanish, but I'm realizing, man, like we have a barrier that is in this world right now because of the disconnect. We already got a disconnect with just regular human relationships, but we also have a barrier with Spanish speaking individuals where if you don't understand their language, you like, huh? Like what my man talking about? And so I remember like a couple days ago, man, I encountered a guy at a store, and my man was like, he didn't really know English, and like I said, I know Spanish, and here's the deal: the Spanish that I learned, watch this. I learned. I know 10th grade Spanish. You know, como te llamo? What is your name? What is your name? Mi llamo. My name is. You feel me? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Muy bien. Bien también. I'm also very well. Like I know a little bit, right? And watch this. I realized something. I realized that me just saying those few little words, like people who speak Spanish be looking like, like my man knows Spanish or you know Espanol, and I be, you know what I'm saying? And I remember the other day when my man was trying to go, my man, listen, the world is so desperate for people. My man went crazy with the Spanish, and I'm like, Espanol, me Espanol a little. I had to like let him know because dog was like, oh, you know a little bit of Spanish. He went crazy with it, and I'm like, yo, bro, chill. Like I know a little bit, and I'm talking about even after I told my man how much Spanish I knew, I still made him feel comfortable. Like I still made an attempt. I still tried. And I remember he still was attempting to talk to me in Spanish, and I was able to break it down and have that dialogue with him. And I remember when the conversation was over with, they calling me Spanish Mike. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just having a regular, like I'm not even saying nothing too crazy. I know a couple words. But I realized like, yo, what type of goals do you have? Like what type of like who's gonna be affected by your goals? Man, if I'm honest with you, man, that's a lot of things that I want. Like I want a nice house, 5,000 square feet to be specific. You know, that new Range Rover looking pretty nice. My wife like, yeah, I want you to get the Range Rover. It's a few things, materialistic things that I want. Give me a presidential Rolex. You know, it's a few different things that I want and that I like. Like I grew up learning about things. Like I grew up watching my big brother with the Gucci loafers, the old school Gucci loafers. If you know, you know. Just watching different people in my family with jewelry and just nice cars, and it's just like, yeah, I want that stuff. But and here's the deal: that stuff is only going to elevate my arrogance or whatever that selfishness, that selfish desire. And I'm not saying not to go after nice stuff, not to have those things as a nice goal, but I'm basically saying like, yo, this is why I don't talk about money is because it's you can get money in the drop of a dime. So I want to learn about something that it take a little bit easier. I'm sorry, it take a little harder to get. You can get money like that, like people doing fraud. 20, 30, 40, $50,000 worth of fraud, 100, 200,000 in fraud. Like you can get money with the drop of a dime. But I want to actually learn something. Man, do you know that if I learn Spanish or if I increase the Spanish that I know, do you know how much I'd be worth? Like I'm talking about just being able to speak Spanish. Like they may even like I'm just saying like I was what I was getting ready to say was when you fill out application they ask you on there like do you speak another language? Like I'm just being real with you, man. Like they may even give you some type of raise like off the cuff just because you know Spanish. And I'm saying, man, like, yo, that's one of my goals for the year, man. Like, that's one of my goals going into 2023. Why do I say 2023? Because if, like, it's not 2023 yet, but you don't plan for the goal in the year of. Like, you plan before the year comes. And so, yeah, man, one of my goals is to, like, increase the Spanish that I know, man. And I guess, like I said, I realize how many people, man, are, like, desperate because there's a barrier, man, and I can't even tell you like the amount of relationships that I've gained just being able to say "Cómo te llamo," or you know what? I'm sorry, "Cómo estás?" "Cómo estás, amigo?" "Buenos dias." Like, bro, do you understand that there are people out here who are hurting? Man, do you know? Man, listen. I remember I encountered this lady at work where I asked her, you know, how are you doing today? And normally she'd be like, bien, bien, y tú? And one day I asked and she said, no, no, no. Like, no, bien? Not good? No. And then I remember, like, I think the next day, I hit her with the muy bien, bien, bien. I'm just like, yeah, like she was like, yeah, she was like, bien, bien, like I'm better today. You know what I'm saying? And I just realized, like, yo, if I really take my Spanish speaking game to the next level, like, man, do you know how many lives I'll be able to change? And that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I need your next goal to affect somebody else, like somebody in your family. Like, I need you being able to learn more about finances, like being able to help your mom, help your brother, help people in your life. You know what's crazy, man? I'm not exempt. We all judgmental, right? We always talking about, we all got that one person in the family who don't want to work. Now I get it. You can't save the world, but I'm basically just saying, like, yo, let your goal be in effect in your life long enough to where that cousin or that uncle is watching you for years. Like, he might not ever learn, but let him go. Like, yo, my cousin been at this for a couple years now. Like, man, Mike been speaking Spanish for a couple years now. Spanish speaking Mike. Like, let them give you a nickname. So yeah, man, I just wanted this video to be about like a goal. Like here's the deal. The money, like I said, man, the money is gonna come. But I need your goal to affect someone else. And like I said, man, I just feel like it's a barrier in this world, man, where it seems like none of us want to work together. It's like us against them. And whatever that us or them is, it's whatever, political beliefs, religious beliefs, whatever, language barriers, demographics, just whatever, ethics, morals, whatever that separates. And I'm trying to find something that like they just knocks the barricade down, man. And I'm inspired to change the world by being able to connect with people who speak a different language, and in this instance, Spanish. So that's my goal for today, man. I hope I was able to inspire someone into doing something that they love to do. I'm a people person. I love connecting and interacting with people. And so one of the things that I want to do, as I've shared, is being able to connect with people who speak Spanish. And so that's all I got for y'all. And with that being said, you already know what you can do. I know what I'm about to do. I don't know what you about to do. But pass, go, and collect your 200. Peace. Let your goal change somebody else's life.